Family, my angels, Michael's angels, investors. Listen, we got a 90-day investment training. Hate waste fast. I hate looking throughout history and seeing my people waste opportunities, waste financial opportunities to break the generational curse of poverty. So, I've taken a group of teams that I've not only played on, but we've also done investment with. So when I was in Chicago, my wife and I, we played on the Maywood Angels. But we also had an investment arm in the community called the Good Samaritans. And so every sideline at Pine Forge Academy, Craig Morgan and I, Luch, Tone Andrews, the Falcons, varsity basketball team, but also Craig and I. When we moved to Chicago, I was a store manager and opener of Anna's Linens Retail. Craig came in and we opened up stores, and then we hired our people in Chicago from the streets. We've taken our people off the streets, and every asset and business that we can get our hands on, we teach our people not to have jobs, how to own it. Brandon and Nikki, my wife's cousins, we took UPS and we turned it into a nest egg where he was able to pour back into the community with coaching football teams. And Nikki went down to the, running basketball camps for Corey Maggette and Shannon Brown. These is NBA professional level basketball camps. That once we was able to make sure that our people financially could break the cycle and not have to resort to hustling like they want to tell us that's all we could do. So now, with the biggest financial movement ever in history, blockchain technology, and we've been training people. We got our own coin, hollow coin, but we teaching our people how to follow what we do with hollow coins and in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the best way to train our people is in teams and recreation. The best way to train our people is a blessing ain't a blessing till you give it away. So in our leagues, we playing. But you know how they got their leagues where they bet. They bet, and the individuals betting. When they play on the field, the person that bets on them, they get rich. Nah, that ain't how we do it. Instead of going and feeding the children, every player adopts a person in the third world. So when our players get paid, the person that they adopt in the third world, they get paid and sponsored to play the same sport and play the same skill and get their share of hollow coins and Bitcoin. And then we're going to teach them in the third world, all over the world. So instead of having a league where we do fantasy sports, we doing renowned supernatural reality, pro recreation. Renowned supernatural reality, pro recreation. What? This ain't no fantasy sports league. This is renowned supernatural pro recreation league. And whenever somebody dominates in football and basketball and track, 1,600 individuals will get sponsored by this one individual. We're going to not only erase the generational curses of poverty in Brooklyn and listen, and we're going to attach each one of these teams to a hip-hop artist that the record industry done exploited. Yo, Styles P, get at me. You know my people's in Trenton. Yo, Jadakiss, get at me. Each one of these individuals that the industry's done robbed, we're gonna take and we're gonna put a renowned supernatural pro recreation league, and we're gonna take the kids in Yonkers, and we're gonna let them play against kids and adults on all levels. Renowned supernatural football players, basketball players, track and field. Listen, by our goal by 2024, ain't no people from our community gonna ever sign up for the USA and go to the Olympics to play for nothing. To play to make some McDonald's wealthy. You won't have no people of color. The only people who gonna play in the Olympics is gonna be sellouts and coons. We're gonna pay you quadruple by 2024, and everybody's paid in Bitcoin. Everybody's paid in cryptocurrency. Everybody. Nobody's an individual player. You're a business entity first. You're an angel investor first. So whatever wealth that we give to you, you can write it off and keep all of it. And you ain't got to give nobody nothing in taxes, because when you give to 1,600 individuals in the third world based off of what everything that you get, you will keep. We will make sure. Uncle Sam will get a dime. But not a church. Not a church better not get no tithe. 100% of everything that you give better go to the third world countries that they are exploiting with their tax code. I'm gonna show you that they've been living a lie. Philanthropy means Robin Hood. Philanthropy is code word for robbing the poor and giving to the rich in taxes. Queen Elizabeth in 1952 set up the financial system. They call it the spider web. I'm gonna show y'all the spider. Yo, we the ultimate spider webs. What? We the ultimate spider webs. We the renowned supernatural beautiful recluse that slaughters the Black Widow, Queen Elizabeth, and her spider web of philanthropy. I'm going to show you something called the Gilded Age. I'm going to show you how Warren Buffett and them are robbing y'all. I'm going to show you how Bill Gates and Elon Musk, they are welfare queens. They're getting corporate welfare to not put money into the economy. That's what a philanthropist is. Then they're setting up the trust funds for their kids and their grandchildren, and then they're paying them billion-dollar salaries to make sure that the wealth never comes into the economy. So when they say they gave away half of their wealth, they created a charity that their kids own, and then they got a billion-dollar millionaire salary. The money goes into the trust fund. They get to say, I gave money to charity of a fake institution that their sons and daughters and grandchildren run, and so for the rest of their lives, they're going to have a family wealth, and then your children is going to pay taxes, because every time you spend, listen, yo, tax and spend, Robin Hood. Everybody in our league is a royal. You don't pay taxes. Everybody in it, we going to consecrate you and coronate you before you get on the field. You're not an employee. You're a royal that has sovereign immunity. You're a dual citizen. And if you want to play for them, for that, but you got to sign up to give 1,600 individuals. You got to have a home team 1,600 and an away team 1,600. The away team 1,600, it's easy to do to change our people's lives around the world financially because they make less than $2 a day. That's extreme poverty. Do y'all know that they call light poverty, regular poverty is less than $5 a day. So they cool with billions of people all over the world making less than $5 a day, while they come to the United States of America with multinational corporations. Nobody gets to put a corporation here. No other, listen. They claim that they're supreme. So Jamaica got to get all of their money out of Jamaica. Mexico got to get all this money out of Mexico. The Europeans said they supreme. They got to prove it. And y'all going to stop coming here, sending wealth to them with multinational corporations. Listen, every multinational we dissolving every corporate entity. They lied and said corporations are people too. That's a lie. Corporations aren't people. And the Europeans said they're supreme. They got to prove it. Ain't no German companies over here. Nestle, you out of here, homie. Ain't no European company. Listen, put your companies in your country, generate the wealth there. If you want to come here and visit as a stranger and an alien, you can come. If you want to come and see some sights, all of y'all European nations, y'all owe us. It's called reparations. It's called criminals. It's payday. You don't get to play in our professional leagues and then go and the NBA talking about NBA Europe and NBA Africa. Listen, the NBA is the Harlem Globetrotters. They're amateur. They're done. The NFL is the WWE. They're a fake wrestling organization. They're a fake manipulated organization. They're done. The only professional leagues are the ones we create. If you want to be a professional, hollow coins. We got bills that's going to have your face on it. When you finish your 1600, the individuals will receive coins with your face on it. The individuals that you sponsor, they get your coin. They gonna know who got them out of the generational curse of poverty. They're gonna have bills with your face on it, backed by gold, silver, gems, 16 different gemstones. The Europeans don't own the diamond trade no more. Cut gemstones have no value. We're the world leader in uncut, polished gemstones. If you cut a gemstone, it has no value. Jared, De Beers, all of them, they selling you worthless stones. Says the creator. He said, don't put any tool on a stone. He said, I'm the only artist. Anybody who cuts a stone, remember, he said he the rock of ages. Anybody who cuts a stone, you cut in the creator. Once they cut your stone, it's worthless. Y'all paying all that money for worthless stones. We don't. So anybody anywhere in the world, we pay you the highest price for raw, uncut stones. We pay you quadruple what they paying you. Rubies, diamonds, emeralds, sapphires, pearls, uncut. We polish all our stones. Y'all can't touch our stone. All we want our people to do is get it out the ground, stop giving it to the Europeans, and we'll pay y'all. Listen, and any of y'all warlords that have been sending the diamond trade. Can't none of y'all in the blood diamond industry, none of y'all. You're included. You're included. Talking to the people on the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the jewel industry. You know where the jewels are. Now, you don't have to give it to those warlords. Smuggle it to my peoples. Uncut, raw. We're going to pay you what you're worth. That's what the Havilah coins is for. They want to wash, they want to clean their blood money and then take Bitcoin and reinvest and double down with warlords in the blood diamond trade. That's what they're doing with Bitcoin right now and Ethereum right now. All of their underground. It's called the Silk Road. The Silk Road ain't dead, but we're the Havilah Road. Havilah coins. Havilah hollow coins. We the Havilah Road. The Havilah Road is the same road that Joseph was sold. It's the very first economy ever in history. They can't claim it. Our economy, it's the same economy that Joseph's brother sold him into slavery. It's the Havilah Road. When you look at the Ten Commandments, I'm gonna show you the Havilah Road. When Moses came back from a campaign down in Ethiopia, he came back with the Ethiopian queen, the queen of the south, the queen of Sheba, and her brother, they said. And they came with gold and barges and barges and barges. The ultimate economy in the world is the Havilah Road, and we are the kings of Havilah, and our queens are the queens of Sheba, and we own the Havilah Road economy. So when we say hollow coins, we just telling y'all in code the lie that they telling y'all. They imitating us. So to those in my wedding party, we got you. All you gotta do, 90 days, we're gonna train y'all. 90 days. From now to February 22nd. Exchange those packages. Put that money in your hollow coin. Put that money in your baby's future hollow coin trust fund account. Unlock your baby's wealth. You got 90 days. I'm doing my wedding party exclusively for the first 90 days. After the first 90 days, I'm going to my people in the highways and the byways, and I'm going to let y'all know something. In 2015 and 2016, we did $200 million in 1 year with a group of millionaires. Putting just by putting them in contact with top level motivational and inspiration from E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. $200 million in 1 year. So I'm trying to let y'all know, this not new to us. We've been doing this. 2016, the same 30 millionaires. Listen, and I told them what was going to happen. I told E.T. on the phone before I even listened. When I first saw them doing what they was doing, when I saw a group of powerful people of color up and down the East Coast, all over the country, coming together, getting millions, and then showing other people all over the country how to get millions right behind them, I say, E, if they need people to inspire them to do this, I said, right, first we're gonna do an event, boom. We went to Atlantic City. The place where Donald Trump can't put a successful business campaign together. Donald Trump lost the Taj Mahal. We did it in the Taj Mahal. On the Atlantic City boardwalk, my home. 1,300 people there. I told them then. The owners of the company came. They acting like, oh, let me see that they trying to act all nonchalant. I'm like, all right. You'll see him on the main stage. That's exactly what I told. Listen, the next January, E.T. was in Tampa on the main stage. So listen, all my peoples, y'all could go to work if y'all want to. Y'all could be slaves as y'all want to. Y'all could play around with this. Y'all could play around and act like, listen, I didn't extract wealth then. It's called a long-term investment. It's called an exit strategy. It's called a seasoned account. They taught y'all fast money. They taught y'all all y'all late. Listen, all y'all late. Listen, we're gonna teach y'all. And the people that I'm talking about, listen, these cats, 6 and 7 and 8, 9, 10 years, they built it. They built groups of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people who make the same investment with them over time, and they make one investment one time that pays them residually for these individuals. Teach thousands of individuals a blueprint, an investment blueprint. And y'all running around here got access to this. So Hollywood Fashion Weeks is for my family, so we can let y'all know what in secret we've been doing. We ain't been doing it in secret. We've been hand in hand with Vince Hall, my cousin Marlon. We've been hand in hand with Marlon over the years. Dollar Bill, Aunt Libby. Hand in hand with Sean Hackett. My little brother Larry, my big sister Terry. Me and Dwight, listen, man, we've been collaborating on music and projects. We've been investing in studios and music and production since I was living in Chicago. My dad and Uncle Billy, listen, did music together for 20-something years. I'm just telling y'all, this is the first time we taking what we've been doing in little small local pockets in secret, and we saying nationally, we're putting a uniform together where everybody's going to do the same thing. Everybody's going to make the same investments at the same time. We're going to pull the money together. There's a real estate. We're doing transitional housing, y'all. We're doing transitional housing, y'all. When I did the event in Miami, billionaire, I'm giving you access to billionaire blueprints. Billionaire Robert Kiyosaki was in Atlantic City the same time. E.T., we brought E.T. in on Thursday. Robert Kiyosaki was on Sunday. And Robert Kiyosaki said in 2008, I made more money during the crash than I ever did in my whole life. And he said another crash is coming, 2016 plus or minus 3 years. And he said, I want you to help me help others print their own money. He said, you should, in the next financial crash, which is going to be bigger than 2008, you should be in a position where, just like I did in 2008, you make more money. Right now, we're in that period. And I'm taking this Hollow Coin launch, and we're taking individuals who would be scattered and turned homeless like in 2008. We are going to provide them transitional housing. The bottom of the barrel, we got to step up. We got to phase 1 housing. For those who phase 1 need to get out of apartments and might need to, listen, transitional housing, financially, people are in houses that is too much for where they are. So they need to scale down without being scarred, without going into foreclosure, without their credit getting turned. So what we're doing is we're providing the Jacob's Ladder transitional housing. Those who want to go up the ladder, we got a path for you to go up the ladder. Those who need to come down the ladder, we got transitional housing. Up and down Jacob's Ladder that we've been building since Robert Kiyosaki warned us in 2015. We've been investing in this. Now we got coins so that you can quadruple your money. Your dollars are losing. Listen, the price of everything is going up and the value of your dollar is going down. So when you take that $100, your $100 right now is worth $91. When you put that $100 and you move it to cryptocurrency first, it already, you dang near gained 20%. I could show you some moves that we made, 20, 30, 50%, 90 days, 60 days. I got a brother, my main man, LeVere. He'll tell you. He put $500 in. He called me the next day. It was up like $200. 24 hours. He put $500. I opened his account. He moved 500 worthless US dollars into the account. And the very next morning, it was $700. That's what y'all missing out on. That's what y'all missing out on. I'll give you my man, my brother's number. But when you control every aspect of it, of the investment, like we do, Michael's Angel's investment is, not only do we invest in exchanges, we got our own exchange. The Hollow Coin is our own separate exchange. We got our own coins. We have individuals who are mining. We got mining operations. Every phase of, and then what Nipsey Hussle was doing, we go out, listen, there's a book, The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon says every dollar should have offspring. Meaning every investment should have multiple other investments where they have children and they give birth to more profits. So you just don't go into Bitcoin. Bitcoin grows. If your Bitcoin grows 20%, you take that 20%, you invest in something else. So Nipsey Hussle was investing in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math studio labs. We do too. And the profits from that, we take and we shoot films, which is another stream of income for the editors and the people behind the thing. So when we take our profits out of our Bitcoin and we invest in our science, technology, engineering, arts, and math lab, our children who run the studios own the studios, own the productions, own the streaming and the rights to the content of the films that they're making. They own the leagues that the people are playing in that you can only see on the networks that they're streaming. So when you pay your subscription, my children who own the leagues and own the content and own the studios, they make 4-5 different streams of income from one investment of investing in studios 20 years ago in 1999. Now today we harvest 5 and 6 and 7 different incomes off of one investment in Bitcoin, one investment in cryptocurrency. Listen, if it grow $1,000, we take the $1,000 and we put it into the studio, and the studio produces 8 different streams of income. Not to mention the modeling. We have a Hollywood Fashion Week modeling agency, because every year we're going to do Fashion Week fashion shows. We're not using the Kardashians. We're not using any of what they call models. Not near model in the modeling industry can get in front of none of our cameras. So what does it mean? Everybody, every beautiful queen from the hood that has never ever gotten an option, who is not plastic, who is not fake and phony, this is for the first time your opportunity. Not have to be prostituted out, not have to do drugs, not have to sleep with individuals. Just off the fact that you are a beautiful Nubian like my wife. Just the fact that you are a beautiful Queen of Sheba like my mama and my sister and my daughters. This is the only modeling agency where just off the fact of your beauty, and you more beautiful than any of the models out there. Ain't none of them real. They all have been defiled sexually. Then they are going by a standard of a European standard of beauty, which is ugly, which is an abomination to us. So, any real queens who just want to be graded off of beauty and beauty alone, but you got to save lives. Can't nobody touch none of this hollow coin wealth without blessing others people with it. So if you are selfish, greedy, gold digging, you just want to be wealthy so you could be like the rest of, no, the Kardashians is where you belong. Keep up with the Kardashians. Keep doing what you've been doing. Fake and phony, stay over there. This is enmity and separation. This is dominion. This is renowned supernatural. This is divine beauty. This is ProCreatormade perfect fashion weeks. Not self-made. You want to see what ProCreatormade perfect looks like? Oh, we got a rehabilitation process for you. All you got to do is have the desire to be that. I know a lot of y'all being abused and a lot of y'all, listen, yo, all you got to do is have the desire. We got the tailor-fitting, rehabilitate. My wife, listen, my wife is a professional, rehab professional. On the 25th year, she done got her master's. She is a pro in therapy. So we creating where we could put out our version of beauty, our version of fashion. And we could take the people in the highways and the byways that have been left for dead, that have been abused and assaulted, and we can take you through my wife's most high gifted hands, therapy. Then put on the HOLYWOODGRAIL fashion statement and let you walk across the stage and pay you what you're worth. All we require is 1,600 individuals that got that same treatment, get that same treatment from you that you get when we take you through my wife's therapy. That's all. That's the only requirement. And anybody who comes and tries to get this bread and go a different way, we don't sue. We don't sue. We bounty hunters. Our repossession is all. What must I do to all? We bounty hunters. Play with us? Because when you take this, you taking out of somebody else's mouth that could have. We don't sue. We do what the king said. You got to give all. You in ultimate violation. You can't hold on to nothing. There's a man that violated named Achan. Him and every member of his family got swallowed up. That's the deal that you sealing with us. It's worse than selling your soul. Because if you violate this, supernatural death happens. Achan, every member of Achan's family got swallowed up. God told him, when you go into Jericho, don't touch none of that stuff. Don't bring none of that stuff into my camp. It's all defiled. What they do in their lifestyle is so defiling. I don't want none of it in my camp. This dude coveted the wealth of Jericho and brought it into his camp anyway. And his wife let him do it. His children let him do it. They was gonna cut it up, chop it up. They like, yo, we gonna be the richest people in Israel. Okay, all of them died. When you come over here playing with them games, I promise you're gonna die the death of Achan. Because that's what the Kardashians and all of them going to do. So if that's what you want, stay where you are. But if you want beauty, if you want to have lifestyle of the wealthiest and renowned, without having to be a prostitute, without having to be a drug addict, without having to go through a black market, without having to be enslaved, just off the fact of, yo, I'm willing to save some other lives and give what gives 1,600 individuals what you give us, then we got some hollow coins for you. We got some break the cycle coins for you. We got the best we got the best therapists in the world. Sigmund Freud, the reason all of y'all crazy, the reason why y'all got, this is what y'all got. This is what we here to repair. You got multiple spiritual personalities. Nobody has ever taken our people who've been through traumatic injury, spiritual traumatic injury, and nobody has ever repaired the damage of the multiple spiritual personalities. God said when you toss to and fro by every whim of doctrine, you got multiple spiritual personalities. You can't have trust in God and doubt God too. That's multiple spiritual personalities, and that is a reprobate mind. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power. But when nobody is taking you through the rehabilitation process, the prodigal son was taken through that process. You can't come back home. You can't sit at the welcome table. You can't do nothing. You got to go through the cleansing, the rehabilitation process. So I have invested for 30 years in my wife. Separating herself and the team that surround her as the greatest therapist. And we the greatest renowned supernatural procreators to ever play games. And we in the Game of Thrones. And I've been nursed back from death. So what I'm telling you is, I'm putting you in the hands of individuals that have already raised the dead. Sigmund Freud, I'm putting you in the hands of individuals that have already raised the dead. And if you can't go out there and win on this team, I have invested in a whole system where individuals who have raised me from the dead, they're going to give you exactly what they gave me. And all I'm going to do is say, let's go play. Let's play for keeps. Let's play for life and death. We want it all. We got to have it all. I'm going to pay you what you're worth. Once again, we're going to make several individuals billionaires. And it's only going to take 10,000 people. 10,000 people in 2022. 10,000. Once I get to 10,000, if you ain't in the 10,000, once we get to 10,000, that's all we need to give 16 million individuals $1 million each. I'm gonna prove it to you. We here to recruit in the next 90 days between now and February 22nd through the 28th. We here to recruit 10,000 individuals. That's all I need is 10,000. And we're going to give you the blueprint. We're going to put you in the hands of the greatest therapists. My cousin Reese and Kels. My cousin Reese and Kels are the business managers for my wife's. My cousin Reese and Kels, they the godparents of my son Damon. Damon is coming, yo. His name is Just You Run, the upright one. Just You Run DMC. Just You Run DMX. Reese and Kels are the business managers of raising people to dead, from the dead. My wife is the hands-on therapist. My son Xavier is the personal trainer. Physically, he came home from college and he made sure that the instructions that his mom gave for the therapy, he made sure all I had to do, stick to the script. All I had to do was had a heart. I got that in abundance. So all I'm doing is I'm taking me out of the place, and then I'm taking the place of Xavier. And everybody who want to be taken from the dead, Xavier going to stand next to little Damon's godparents as the business managers. And I'm going to go get Xavier's bride. My wife's desires of her heart is for each one of her children to bring forth grandchildren to be given to the Most High God. That's the only thing my children have to do. The only thing in life that they have to do. That's the only thing in life I had to do. And they will stick to the script. Or they will go out and squander their wealth and become a prodigal son or a prodigal daughter and be lost. The only thing my children have to do is bring forth the first fruits of dominion, get a bride, get a husband, be fruitful and multiply. That's all they got to do, and rule. That's it. They don't have to get no job. They're heirs. They got hollow coin. They are billionaires already. And if they can play themselves as they want and chase after jobs and titles, and you're gonna be prodigal son. You're gonna be rich young ruler. Or you could be Esther and rule. Or you could be King Cyrus and rule. Y'all get to choose. And what I say to my children goes to every last one of y'all. No matter what your age is, no matter how old, how young, you get to choose whether to be an Esther, a queen, Cyrus, a king. Both of these individuals brought down Babylon. God called you an heir. He said, come sit with me in my throne. And the Father said for the son and his heirs to sit down until he makes all his enemies their footstool. You got a covenant of heirs, yo. Billionaires, where you think we get it from? But what you gotta do, you gotta flip the slums like he did. You gotta take control of the money and get the money back to the people that's being exploited. That's your only job. He said, if you love me, feed my sheep. I got a 91-year-old uncle who put the blueprint. He said, everything we need, all of the wealth that we need, we already possess it. We don't need nobody else. We don't need no government. We don't need no outside trade agreement. We don't need, listen, in our wedding party, I got an uncle for 60 years, been setting the captives free in prisons all over the world. Ain't never had to ask for nobody for a dime, no loans, no grants, no partnerships. The Most High God has been opening up the windows of heaven. And if y'all listen, 60 years, millions of dollars of budget. He got studios. He sends books. Listen, he goes all over the world. He travels where he wants. He sends as many books to as many prisoners as he wants to out of his own pocket. And when he sends out something, God replaces that which he does. This is the economy that I am putting you on. And we doing that in fashion. We doing that erasing poverty and crime. We doing that rebuilding the marriages. We gonna put the greatest marriage covenant. We putting the price on marriage. People sell their souls in Hollywood pictures. We wanna buy the birthright to tell your marriage story on Hollywood Studios. We wanna pay you wealth, abundant life wealth, so that you model Hollywood stars. And we get to tell your birthright story of your marriage. That's what this Fashion Week is about. You can go to Hollywood and sell your soul to the devil, or you can come to Hollywood Studios and sell the birthright. Sell the birthrights to tell your story. You keep your birthright. We just want to tell it. We just want to broadcast it. We just want to stream it. Let's seal the deal. Hollywood Fashion Week. Become a Hollywood financial statement.